Before we get to your scheduled video, please remember that likes and comments tell YouTube to promote our work to other people, and subscribing to the channel tells you when something new drops. You can also head to the link tree in the description to peruse my books, join us on Discord, or support us on Patreon. You can get episodes of Journey of Wrestling and Violent Profiles early, as well as a load of other treats. Even just $1 a month earns you a name drop for being cool. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show. Greetings and salutations, fellow slapped-together last-minute podcasts. It is I, Eric J. Chucky, joined as always by the boy.
Hey.
This is, of course, the Two Nerds podcast. Before we get into today's very important topic, we need to talk about who's cool.
Okay. Go right ahead.
I'm going to say a guy from Ohio.
That's a good option.
Yeah.
I will add Passion Killer 711.
I like that one a lot. I will say Harmony.
Destrucity KTL.
Ooh, I was going to pick Destrucity KTL. You know what? I'm going to take instead then On the Tip of Your Tongue.
Which leaves me with the last person picked, Rob.
Who likes him anyway? Us. He's really cool. You two could be cool if you give us $1 on the Patreon. Look at the list of names growing. That's nice, and I appreciate it. It helps me buy items for my continued survival. So 8 years ago, we did a podcast that ended up being called The Worst Podcast Ever. It is still up for you to listen to.
It is still what it is.
It is what it is. It's pretty funny, actually, but man, is it bad.
It's not even the worst podcast we've done.
No, don't listen to the first year of our stuff. I've actively been thinking...
We've left them up for posterity, but we can't recommend someone watch them.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we did then was I found a list of 10 random questions for nerds. Cats are exploding in the background. Which it was just provided by a random Tumblr user, and we answered those questions, and they were very strange. Tumblr's different now. A lot of things have happened since 2016. So this
is... A lot of things have happened since 2016.
Yeah.
Just gotta take a moment on that one. Go ahead.
These are actually 16 questions that I have gotten from Tumblr. 2 questions that I modified from questions on Tumblr.
Nice.
And 2 that I invented whole cloth because I ran out of questions.
We wanted to get a nice even 20 in.
Yeah, I thought, it's the 10th year anniversary is why we're doing this as well. I don't know, I've mentioned that a lot so far, but hey, maybe this is your first podcast. We've been doing this crap for 10 years, and to celebrate, we're bringing back some oldies but goodies, and this is apparently one of them. So, we got a lot of questions to get through. It's probably going to be a long one. Let's go ahead and get to it.
They are really, really going for like obstacle course vibes across the whole house.
It is what it is. That's the sound you're hearing. Everything is fine, probably. So, question number 1. I did this at great personal expense, okay? I went through like 4 fandoms that I didn't know existed. I had to look up combination words that I was displeased about their meaning. I dipped briefly into a shipping war. It was ugly. It was ugly. And I think...
Well, we appreciate your sacrifice.
Thank you. And if you guys appreciate my sacrifice, let me know in the comments, because that boosts the YouTube algorithm, and it's more fun if I give you like a bullshit reason to comment. So, question 1. Would Sonic the Hedgehog more likely be a fan of Doctor Who or Harry Potter?
Okay. So there's a meme answer, and there's a genuine answer, but I think they might be the same.
I see Sonic as more of a Doctor Who fan.
Same. I think Sonic is much more of like a sci-fi guy than like a fantasy guy. And he strikes me as he would be impatient with some of the more plotting Harry Potter books. Mm-hmm. You gotta go fast after all.
Yes, that is true. Episodes of Doctor Who are generally pretty easy to get through. I don't know. I just think it'd be something he'd relate to more. He doesn't seem too much of like a fantastic guy. Like he doesn't want to live in a world of dragons and wizards, even though there are probably some dragons and wizards in Sonic. I just feel like he'd relate more to something that he's familiar with, time travel and science.
Yeah.
So thanks. I'm not crediting anyone on these. If you want to Google weird questions on Tumblr and go through the hell I went through to try and find out who did these questions originally, more power to you. You get stuck as an NPC in a video game. This is question 2. Not one of the cool ones. I mean, like one you can't even interact with, who just repeats the same 2 to 3 lines of dialogue when you get too close to them, like shopkeepers or guards or weird guys or whatever. Who do you pick?
Am I still stuck in the existential hell of not being able to talk? And like, am I in a video game or am I in a world based on this video game?
Let's say, to give you the vibe, it is akin to asking, you are going to spend the rest of your life saying a small amount of things to people who happen to wander by and talk to you in a specified place. What is the video game analog of that you are most comfortable with?
So I am stuck in the existential hell.
I don't think that's part of it. I think once you become an NPC, you're robbed of the existential hell. You don't know you're in hell.
Oh, so I just die?
No. You just you're just, an automaton.
I engaging with this question is actually fairly difficult because if I'm not aware of who and what I am, I, in a very real sense, me the boy, I'm dead.
Well, and in that way, you're kind of answering the question. So
yeah, I mean, whoever then, I don't care. Some random shopkeeper in WoW, maybe. That seems nice. Maybe somewhere in Dalaran.
Yeah, just every now and then be like Zug Zug.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm dead. Whatever the remnants of my psychological profile exist in this creature, which can only say 4 things, I don't care about it.
I want to be the big fuzzy monster in Chrono Trigger who says mountains are nice.
There you go.
Study in contrasts, I guess. Also, one of your eyebrows is doing the Sinister Minister thing, and it is hypnotic. What type of cake are you? I'm so sad this is not a visual medium.
Nope, that one was just for you.
Yeah, it was just for me.
I mean, I don't know. This isn't even what type of cake I like. This is what type of cake I am. Yeah. Probably something mild in flavor that is nonetheless relatively easy to eat, like not like too out there.
In inverting the question, I was going to say you were probably a pistachio cake with chocolate frosting.
Why?
Unassuming on the outside with the brown, standard chocolate is, but not in the way that people describe vanilla as boring. Chocolate is exciting and interesting. And as you say, pistachio is digestible, the flavor's not overwhelming.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
And it's a fun shade of green.
Ah, pistachio. Sounds great. What about you?
I don't, fuck. Something stupid. I don't know. It's me. I'm a weird little fucking guy. I'm a little...
I think you're probably one of those cakes made of different layers of different kinds of cake.
I don't know. Well, I was going to say I don't know that I'm that complex, but then I looked inward and saw the hell of layers that I'm composed of.
And like the outside is decorated amusingly, but not with a great deal of like cake boss level care.
So I'm like a...
You're a cake someone had fun decorating.
Yeah, I'm like a tried it at home rainbow cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't hate that. I would like for all of the layers to also be a different flavor, but not one you think they would be.
Yeah. Like the red flavor is blueberry.
Sure.
The green layer is like apple.
Roll the dice.
No,
on
that's still too close.
That's too obvious. Oh, it is apple, but it's like red delicious.
It's like red delicious. Yeah. Just off enough.
Yeah. All right. If you were a teenage mutant ninja turtle, what color would your headband be?
I mean, black or green. One of the two. Either is fine.
Green is rough, right? Because you're green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't about whether... I'm not choosing this based on, like, what would be a good color. I'm choosing this based on me as a person. What would the color be?
Well, and they were chosen in the first place for marketability. It wasn't like blue is the color of leadership, so we give that to Leonardo.
It's not even the color Leonardo likes. It's just, like, this fits...
I wonder if anyone's ever asked him that.
I like to think that the answer's different for different versions.
Yeah.
For some of them, like, yeah, of course it's my favorite color, so I picked it. And for some, it's like, no, Dad handed these out. I really like Periwinkle, but that wasn't in the options.
Rise Donatello has an existential crisis and has to leave. Mine would be, like, pink, neon pink, candy floss pink. I would say light blue as an alternative, but there's already a turtle with that headband color, and I like the whole point of wearing them is because they're identifiers. So
you want to keep, you want to be able to tell them apart.
I guess I could go like a real dark blue. That's kind of cool. Depends on your Leo.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, mine's really easy because there are no turtles with my colors.
No, well, Slash has a black one, but he's also got like a big yellow eye and is huge and shredded. So like, as long as you're not that.
I mean, in that case, I'd probably go with the green one.
There you go. All right. Who do you ship Jason Todd with?
The Lazarus Pit.
A crowbar. I don't have a legitimate answer. I just thought that was a weird. That was like on page 1 of me Googling weird questions in Tumblring.
I think this might be because there's like a long-standing rivalry in the Batman fandom, of which I do not engage with these people, of shipping Jason with different people. I know that there's one for Superman's kid.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it is. So yeah, no, Lazarus Pit. Or Vengeance, I guess.
Guns.
Punisher.
But the old Punisher, not the new one.
No.
Yeah, I think Punisher finally gets all his killing done. Finds a younger guy, not too young, not creepy, but like, reminds him of the spark of life. And they go out killing together.
There you go.
I'm happy for them. Okay. How do you refer to yourself in your own head? Not by Bruce, I imagine.
Certainly not. Robot, actually, at this point in my life.
Nice. Usually idiot. But when I'm not being down on myself, I think it's usually white at this point.
I got the nickname The Boy when I was very young. It was given to me by my older sisters. But as an adult, pretty much everyone calls me Robot. But we've been doing the same intro for 10 years, so we're not going to change it.
Yeah, I'm not going to, unless you decided to transition into glorious metal.
Yeah, if I ever get cyborg parts, I'm changing the name.
First of all, you guys will be hearing...
Yeah, and you'll just have to fucking deal with that.
I don't think they're dealing. I think that's like a feature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you use a watch and favorite Disney princess movie? I know this is 2 questions. This was presented this way on Tumblr. This pairing. So I had to.
Okay.
I don't use a watch. You? I call myself white.
There you go. Yeah. I remembered you saying it as I asked.
Yeah.
I do not use a watch. I did when I was younger, but
Same.
I have a phone now.
Yes. A lot of people use like high-tech watches that are phones. I actually have a friend who does, and that's weird.
Just use the phone. That seems like an unnecessary extra
step.
I
not even in that sense. Just kind of like, that's scary technology.
Dick Tracy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be like if I was like having a nice conversation with a pal I met on the street, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta go," and then they like launched a grapnel gun into the air and swung away. I'd be like, "Well, that was very cool, but I am a little scared."
I did not know we actually had those.
And they're just commercially available. I missed that. I missed out on that.
And the second part, favorite Disney princess movie? Man, at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't watched enough of them post 30 because I changed a lot.
Yeah, I guess, does Aladdin count? Probably
not by
default.
Jasmine's a Disney princess. Yeah, probably. That sounds...
I guess, yeah, because conceptually probably Brave, but they didn't land the execution.
I don't really even know another answer to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Aladdin. Now, it's important for me, though I am the one reading these questions. I'm not asking them.
We are being asked by the internet.
By Tumblr, if you will.
You're just reading them.
Yes. So that's important context. Question number 8. Imagine we're at a sleepover. Would you paint my nails?
The answer, if White was asking the question, is no. The answer, if literally anyone else on the planet was asking the question, is also no.
Yeah, I guess do you have gross hands? I don't. Like, I'm game, I suppose. I'm not against it. Are you putting more into this than I am? Because I don't want to mislead anybody either.
For me, no thanks. No thank you.
No. I would not paint your nails either, because we don't touch.
No.
Anyway, that's going to be, I hope there's comments on that. Is a sheep a sandwich?
No.
I don't think so either. I think that's stretching the concept of the is blank a blank a little too hard.
I mean, it's just very simple. No.
No. I ran into a lot of teenagers, their posts, and...
Yes, I constantly lament that there maybe should be an internet where I can't see opinions from people below a certain age threshold.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone asked if the creatures from Homestuck's blood is the same color as their pee. And
I don't like... You know what? Declined. Moving on.
All right. Could you tell the difference between a crocodile and an alligator while being attacked by one?
I guess that depends on how I'm attacked by one. If I'm being attacked, if I'm like walking by the river and it's coming up at me from the side, there's very possibility I die before I can get a good look at it. But if it's like if I'm like slightly far away from the water and it's got to get out and do its big run because they can do a big run, yeah, I probably can. The differences are pretty noticeable.
I feel like I can make an educated guess, and I feel like I have about 60% accuracy on that guess.
Now, would I tell the difference? Would I bother to do so?
Yes, we are both ridiculously pedantic. You would say, like, I'm being eaten by an alligator. Or is it a crocodile? Hold on, let me check. Oh, God, I can't tell. My vision is blurring. And then someone would be like, it was a gavial. What an idiot.
It was a caiman, you dumb motherfucker.
If you were a piece of plastic floating in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, what type of plastic would you be?
Micro.
Oh, just one?
Maybe a unit.
Yeah, like a cloud of microplastics.
A roughly me-sized disbursement of microplastics.
Okay. Let's see. A 20-ounce bottle of Crystal Pepsi that still has a little Crystal Pepsi in it, and the label is like really faded, so it's different colors now.
Ooh. If I have to be a solid piece, if I cannot choose cloud of microplastics, as is my desire, I choose leftover beef jerky container.
Oh. You would think I would choose Spork, because that's one of my many nicknames, but this is just more proof that I'm different now after 30. Question number 12. There is a house made of condoms. You get 3 questions. What are they?
No questions.
No questions?
I'm just happy. I'm happy that it exists. I decline the 3 questions.
Why? What is the structural integrity? And are they all the same brand?
Those are good questions.
Yeah.
If I must choose questions, those are fine.
I don't know that I would actually voice why. I feel like that's understood. Or I feel like I'm being baited by a very smug condom house owner.
Ask me what it means. Ask me what it means.
What is a subject matter that is incredibly difficult for you to DM? And what is easy?
Easy is a light mystery that ultimately is going to end up in combat. I have mostly that's because I have a whole lot of experience in that particular endeavor. Difficult is horror. I've never been very good at it.
Anytime I have to talk to myself for an extended period, that's rough. I can do some good stuff with it, but man, it just makes me feel immediately super awkward.
Same.
So, it is difficult in the sense that, my skill check is getting higher by the second.
And also, you do not want to be doing it.
No, yeah. In terms of, content-wise, I had a problem doing superhero games, but I kind of figured that one out, I think. I've had problems. I might have a rough time doing a Star Wars game. I'd have to check. Actual proper Star Wars. I've done space operas.
What's easy?
What's easy? Doors. Because it is 0 effort.
For a lot of content in terms of time spent.
Whether that be a philosophical door or an actual one, it doesn't matter.
Just present your players with a choice that is ultimately binary. they will spin themselves into a tornado. I say this as a DM who's done that. As a player, I will still do that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Same. Question number 14. What do you think chicken milk would taste like?
Savory. Unpleasantly savory.
I'm thinking bland. Like, because, well, okay, my theory is based on this. There are certain birds, penguins of certain varieties, flamingos, and pigeons, perhaps most famously, that produce a type of milk in their throats to feed their younglings. And it's like a cottage cheese thing that's like really high in fat and protein, but it's somewhat based on their diet because like flamingo milk is red. So I'm guessing based on what chickens eat, it's just going to be like really bland, like protein powder with no sugar and like not mixed very well.
Gross.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into this one.
Yeah, you did, and I don't like that you did that.
Well, I had a good time. I learned so much.
Yeah, that's the problem. I did too.
So have you. You're welcome, listener. Number 15, is there a place that you find sacred?
I guess there are places that I would be upset if someone fucked with.
Yeah.
But like not in a religious sense.
No.
So in terms of that sacred, there's not a place I have like religious reverence for. But there are places that are definitely, if I found out someone was fucking them up, I would be really mad.
I think like something that would count as a world wonder in Civ, especially the natural ones, and memorials to people who didn't suck.
Yeah, that one's definitely, if you're fucking with a memorial to someone who doesn't suck. If you're fucking with a memorial to someone who sucks, go forth.
Yeah.
Go forth.
Yeah, that's fine.
You've done no wrong. There is nothing to forgive.
No.
But I think probably the easiest way to like the easiest example I could give is, you know, those great big fucking redwoods.
Yeah.
So there's one that was really old, the oldest tree ever. They cut it down because they lost a drill bit in it, and the guy who did it didn't know it was the oldest tree ever until he'd already cut it down. And then that kind of ruined him because he was like a conservationist. So they found the second oldest tree ever, and they don't tell anyone where it is. Because they know you motherfuckers. If I found out someone cut down that tree, I'd be really upset.
What if it was the same guy for the same reason?
I think at that point,
he just like cut off his own hands, right? Like that has to end like a fairy tale. Like crows have to stuff straw in his eyes or something.
Yeah, something terrible must happen.
And I don't like not to punish him just because that's.
I mean, that's karmic justice at that point.
Yeah, it's what he wants.
The forest must take its vengeance.
As he screams, he's like, "No, this is good. This is a good thing."
Like the John Lovitz character in Little Nicky, I deserve this. I deserve.
Absolutely. All right. If you were a plant, which would you be?
Cactus.
Same.
Cactus, good.
I would say mushroom, but that's a fungus.
Yeah,
I like a lot of mushrooms. I would love to be a little mushroom.
Little mushroom?
Just growing.
Yeah.
Terribly poisonous. A seat for various types of tiny wildlife. Perhaps shelter from the rain for bugs. That would really just...
That'd be great.
Light up my fucking world. But I like cacti. I think they're fun. I've been stabbed by several, and that's okay.
A cactus is good, sturdy plant.
Yeah.
Is very self-reliant.
Do you have a specific type of cactus?
I like saguaros.
Yeah.
Like I know that's the basic bitch cactus answer, but they're cool. They got big arms.
I think I want to be like a barrel cactus or something.
Oh yeah, them little round boys.
And I'd want a flower.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. What animal or weird creature from the abyss did you see when you were a kid staring out the window of the car?
Okay, well, it's not the window of the car. When I stared at the window of the car, I was often just imagining a little man running across the various things.
I did that sometimes too, yeah.
But
usually Super Mario.
Mine was much more of like a animated stick ninja in my brain, just a little ninja guy.
I just aged hearing that.
No, I hadn't seen any of that material at that point in my life.
Yeah.
It was just what my brain conjured.
I appreciate you trying to de-age me, but it's happened. It's happened. We can't come back.
The creature from the abyss, we will just say a very pale person with very large eyes.
Gollum?
In a way, yeah. In a way.
Mine was Sasquatch. I was scared as fuck of Sasquatch when I was a kid. And there was, first of all, there was... He turned away from me to get a drink from his drink cup, which is positioned in an awkward place for him to just reach and grab without knocking it into the stratosphere. And I thought you had feelings about me as a child being afraid of Sasquatch.
No,
I was braced for impact.
I was just getting a drink.
Yeah, no, you were just having a pleasant beverage. Anyway, my aunt's house. I watched, I don't know if it was Unsolved Mysteries or something like that, where there was some sort of Sasquatch attack, and it was really scary, and it fucked with me. But their house reminded me of the house in that video, because it was like a trailer. And I said video, like that's what we called it back then. It was a show. Whew, I just aged myself. And on the way to the trailer park they lived in, there was like it was a heavily wooded area. And at night, man, I was sure there was a Sasquatch out there and he was going to lunge out and get the car.
Kids are dumb.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Never seen anything like Sasquatch like lunge out from a
Can't
woods
say
anywhere?
as I have. Moving right along. I wasn't going to mention it. Why were you?
I like to trouble sometimes. If you could eat any work of art, which one would it be? And, like, obviously, there's some beautiful food out there. That's not what we're fucking talking about here.
Yeah, no, this is not, hey, you know that chocolate guy who makes nice stuff out of chocolate? No.
Mm-mm.
No. So, am I imbued with the supernatural power to finish consuming this art?
You will eat it. What happens after or during it's not important. That's not the question.
I think I want to get some piece of art that is very, very valuable. And upon looking at it, I realized that this was a money laundering exercise.
Okay.
Just one of the more modern, very pretentious. This is single red stripe on a blank canvas worth $4 million or whatever. I want to eat it with the proviso that me eating it violates its insurance and the person who bought it doesn't get their money back.
I say provisio. Interesting.
I don't have a consistent pronunciation.
No, I like that. Playing Baldur's Gate 3 a lot lately. There are some pronunciations in that game that I've never fucking heard before. And I've heard a lot of pronunciations.
But yeah, like, if I can, whichever piece of art allows me to cost the people who make modern high art stuff insufferable the most money. If that has to be Fountain, then it's Fountain. I don't care.
I'd eat the bean.
Oh, that's good. Anish Kapoor would be so mad. Especially because you're eating the bean, and he hates that.
Afterward, I'd say good bean.
You know, I think we have the same answer.
Yeah, it's just tear down.
Because I think my answer, if you math it out, is your answer. It's the bean. Yeah, the bean is the best example of this.
We'll eat the bean together, like a challenge cheeseburger at a novelty restaurant. But we will not kiss in the middle because, as I established earlier, we don't touch.
We will also die afterwards.
Please stop writing that in the comments. Question 19. This is a short one, no worries. You are given a wizarding school with the only caveat being you have to come up with 4 houses to sort students into. Describe these houses.
So there are so many jokes.
Yeah.
They have, Three Stooges syndrome.
As much as I pre-gamed the pigeon milk question, I didn't give this one much thought. Cats. You know what? Why don't I mull through my ideas and give you time to just do stuff? Well, let's see. First of all, I think there'd have to be I'd go with some colors I like. I like black. I like light blue. I like neon pink, as I said. I've seen some fun stuff done with neon green and purple. So I think really heavy black. That'll be the core for all the houses uniting us as a school, and those would be the 4 colors. I suppose mascots. Geez. Well, keeping in a lot of the themes of this podcast, this is off the top of my head. A mushroom, a chicken, what else is a frog? And I'm not an egomaniac, so I'm not going to put a possum on there, but we'll go adjacent, and we'll say a rat. Rats are possum adjacent and neutral, I think.
All good stuff.
And I think into the rat house. Wow, I said it, and then so much bullying appeared in my head. Mushroom house will be for the children that need to grow still, whether that's socially or out of their shells or discover who they are. The ones that aren't really, they're just kind of awkward and quiet. I think they'll make friends there and be able to find other weird kids. Rat house, I think that's the normal kids. That's there's nothing. That kid could be an NPC, could be the hero that saves time, whatever. You go in rat house. What the fuck else did I say? Chicken house. Chicken house is going to be for those people who can't stop doing stuff, right? And I feel like that'll balance out any games we have between houses, because they're going to be distracted doing 9 other things, whereas the other students aren't doing much of anything. And what was the last one? Frog house. Frog house is where all of my favorite kids go.
So the first joke managed to squeak its way past the door. This is called tracking. But I think my 4 houses would probably be. It depends on the kind of magic that we're working with. But assuming it's a wizarding school and you can learn magic, my houses would probably start with 2 houses for younger kids, and then basically you get split into which one you get randomly.
Nice.
And then
one is clearly good and one is clearly evil, though.
No, it's just it's a coin flip. It's fine.
Okay.
And those are for younger kids, and then once they're older, you graduate into one of 2 different higher houses, the older year houses. Those are the ones that are based on each one has a different focus for a different kind of magic.
I was going to ask a foolish question, which was going to be, then how are children going to bully each other over what house they're in? And the answer is they just will.
Yeah, they'll take
you don't have to worry about that.
I don't have to. That's ground up.
Yeah.
The childhood bullying, I find, is most effective when children are left to do it on their own. No one is more vicious than an 11-year-old. The colors would be light, sort of friendly colors for the kid houses. Names would be very simple. The mascots would be kind of cute animals. For the I'm
just gonna say Velociraptor and Scorpion while he's
that's fine. Those are good.
Yeah, those are cute.
Those are cool.
Man, I should have had a beetle house. Damn, fuck.
The higher houses would be the colors would be more muted, and the mascots would be a magical creature that is known for using the magic of whichever specialty that we're serving.
And the other one is just a regular animal like cat.
No.
For the bully? No, okay.
No, we're not. We're trying to make a good wizarding school.
Listen, your ideas really sound and good and interesting foundation for some sort of fantastical setting, and I'm frustrated because I went very ego trip. But
you went the kind of thing that makes for a good story.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know that I'd want to govern a mat. That sounds like a lot of work, and
I don't want to run a school.
Yeah,
I am being given the wizarding school. I will make it, and then I will do my own magical research while I hire other people to do the students.
So moving on to the final and I guess most important question: would you fuck your clone if they were voiced by Brian David Gilbert?
My clone and I would both not fuck each other. That's a mutual thing. We would engage in much schemery and many conversations, but neither of us is interested in fucking someone who looks like us.
You know, there was a me for a long time that would have been like, yeah, but I don't. I mean, first of all, I only have so many holes, and only so many of them are both ways. You know. Secondly, am I saying I don't want butt sex, or am I saying I don't want a tiny version of me fucking me from the inside of my mouth outward?
Both.
Well,
and you will leave the rest up to the audience.
Yeah. I just don't think I'm really. I don't know. I have other things going on, and the Brian David Gilbert voice thing would make me a little uncomfortable. Like, I would constantly think it was Brian David Gilbert using his fairy magic to watch Brian David Gilbert get canceled for, like, I don't know, eating live cats or something in a year and make this whole podcast very awkward. But unless he does get canceled for eating live cats in a year and I am some sort of prophet.
Yeah, then you got hit with Apollo's gift of prophecy.
Yeah. Thanks, Apollo. Remember that Showtime at the Apollo?
Man, sometimes you are just one of a kind.
So yeah, those are the questions. If you want to play the home game, let us know the answers to the questions in the comments. If you're still here, maybe guess which questions I added. That'd be fun, huh? That's interesting.
Goodbye.
I should have left off on the whole Showtime at the Apollo thing.
You should have.
Oh, fuck.